Welcome back to This Is Your Life.
Magneto does not need your salutations.
Today's guest was born in Germany under the name of Max Eisenhardt and saw the rise of the Nazi regime, which had a profound effect on his life. After fleeing to Poland and living in the Warsaw Ghetto, he watched as his Jewish family were mercilessly executed, triggering the first known use of his powers, but thereby spending the rest of World War II in a concentration camp and witnessing some of the most cruel and horrendous actions ever conducted by mankind. There, his duties included being forced to help remove the dead bodies of gas chamber victims, though he did manage to rekindle his relationship with Magda, the gypsy girl whom he was crushing on back in Germany. So let's pick up where the public first became aware of him. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you Magneto. Welcome. What would you prefer me to call you?
You will call me Magneto, as befits my Homo superior status to your lesser Homo sapien self.
Well, technically I'm Homo Stickian, but we'll let that slide.
Also, we are doing this in publication order, so you've already offended Mighty Magneto by introducing my history chronologically.
Okay, well, I'm pretty sure it's my job to break the fourth wall, but let's get back to the beginning, when the public first became aware of the presence of Magneto. The first time they hear of you is in an attempted takeover of a government military facility, a missile base. What were your intentions?
To strike fear in the hearts of the humans, to let them know mutants would no longer be a target to the discrimination and hostilities of their kind.
A bit heavy-handed approach, don't you think? Especially as of September 1963, when the incident happened. Not a lot of report of mutant oppression before then. In fact, the demographic reports actually show a rise in anti-mutant hysteria as a result of the attack.
Quiet human, your insolence will not be tolerated. Magneto does what he believes best for mutant kind.
You can understand why they may be a bit wary of your presence.
Your mum is wary.
For example, what were you going to do with those missiles? Magneto? Magneto, were you going to blow up the innocent humans? Or were you going to be a bad boy and nuke human cities into blood and ashes? Magneto?
All right. I was, and I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling kids.
Wait, we are talking about the X-Men, correct?
Do not mention such devious names in front of Magneto.
Don't know how else to call them. Men of X, men of McWheels, turned up and managed to disrupt your plans. You got beaten by a bunch of kids, dude.
Insolence. Magneto does not get beaten. There were outstanding circumstances. There was a fire, a flood. They left the Iron on at home. It was all part of the plan. I tell you, Magneto does not make mistakes and cannot be beaten.
Okay, well, let's move on, shall we? A few months passed before we hear from you again. And by that time, you're already being heralded as a mutant terrorist. How does that sit with you?
It does not sit with me, nor lie down, or even stand in my presence. If that term was here, I would crush it, as surely as one crushes a can with the power of magnetism, which I have, by the way.
Yes, I think we've established that.
If that body had a go. Oh, look at me. My brain's so powerful, I can't even grow hair out of the top of my head. Pathetic.
I've actually never put those two things together, but obviously you saw the potential of having a team to help you. Aid you, morally support you.
Magneto needs no moral support. Magneto is Magneto.
But you employed a team of mutants to your cause, did you not?
It is inevitable that refugees seeking shelter from the human miscreants flock to Magneto. I do not need them. I pity them. I have long sought to create a sanctuary where Magneto's power to protect them from the harsh, cruel world.
Like you saved Quicksilver and the Scarlet Witch. I understand Pietro and Wanda are actually your biological children.
Yes. No. I don't know.
You don't know?
Not at this stage.
So they become your biological children at a later date?
It's complicated.
Yeah, I'm afraid to commit to anything here, so maybe we just gloss over this whole portion.
Magneto is also confused, so Magneto agrees.
So you hired, were supported by other mutants, and despite you claiming to be the good guy, you called your lackeys the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants.
I failed to see the issue.
You don't think the name indicates which side you're playing for?
Feel the wrath of my wavy lines, dreaded man.
Please don't do that. The name?
It's tongue-in-cheek. It was opposite day. I had a headache at the time. You will never understand the complexity of muted words.
That's not really an answer. Okay, so with the Brotherhood of Evil Mutants, you boat nap a warship of a small South American nation and use that to almost take over the nation itself. Quite a remarkable feat in the space of only a few panels, but can you tell me what happened next?
I don't want to.
Is that because it involves a particular group of superhero mutants from Westchester?
No. Maybe.
So even with the help of the Brotherhood, the X-Men were able to defeat...
Magneto does not get defeated.
But
Magneto decided he did not want to run a small unnamed South American nation. It is time-consuming and laborious with complex geopolitical and economical complexities. I do not have time for it. It was all part of the plan, I tell you. All part of the plan. The X-Men are nothing, you hear. Nothing.
we'll have to agree to disagree. But not long later, like the very next issue, month, you had already developed a plan to directly confront the X-Men.
The world must be rid of their malevolent presence.
Well, given that you took time out of your lifelong cause, it does feel like you were a little fixated by the X-Men at this stage.
X-Men? Who are the X-Men? Nope, never heard of them.
So when you entered one of your employees, Toad, into a track competition, it wasn't to lure the X-Men into a fight?
Firstly, I prefer to use the term lackey. Secondly, such plans are beneath Magneto.
Were you ever at all worried that the few public that empathise with your cause would turn against you?
No, everyone hates the X-Men. I was doing the world a favor. They ruined the sanctuary of Magneto's home.
Ah, yes, your home at the time. Are you talking about this?
Correct. Magneto calls it Asteroid M. The M stands for Magneto.
Not many people own an asteroid. What do you do for a job?
I day trade.
I see.
It's not important. I no longer have it. Your precious X-Men broke it.
It's an attack asteroid with guns. You threw one of them into space.
He got better.
And then you still lost.
Never. The house was too big to look after. There was too much cleaning, too much maintenance. I wanted it to break and fall into the ocean. It was all part of my plan, I tell you. All part of my plan, and I don't need anybody's help to crush anyone.
Yet, plans were already being made to lure Namor, Atlantic Prince Fish Guy, to an island to fight against the X-Men.
Magneto's interest in marine biology is paramount.
And you contacted him via astral projection. Is that something you do often?
Not canonically, no.
Are the rumours true? That when Namor presented himself, you tried to sell your own maybe daughter, Wanda, to him as a sex slave.
Aha, to be fair, I didn't know she was my baby daughter back then.
And notice you're not arguing the sex slave part. Another curious point, despite your self-proclaimed Master of Magnetism title, you utilised a giant magnet to destroy the X-Men's boat.
They were trying to sneak up on me and think I would not notice their villainous presence. The boat was made of wood.
I'm sure that's not how magnetism works.
Fool, magnetism is anything I want it to be.
Even broccoli?
Especially broccoli.
Let's go back to the island. Pietro and Wanda are already doubting your ability as a leader, and Namor decides that this alliance and stoush against the X-Men aren't for him. That must have been a disappointing outcome.
No. I mean, it's all good. It's all good. Is there Is there a mutant with allergy powers in this room?
Well, your actions speak otherwise. I understand you tried to take the loss out on Namor, and he kind of kicked your butt.
What? He did not. No one defeats Magneto. The only one powerful enough would be Magneto. I'm watching you, Magneto.
It was all part of the plan then?
Yes, of course. Why show the enemy your strengths? War is about the long game. All part of the plan. The very long plan.
Well, I think we could be waiting a while. But you obviously thought that bringing in outsiders was worth the effort, because the next we hear is you employing the Blob, who had already fought the X-Men and lost, as a distraction.
Ha! Yes, he is fat, and in a funny and humiliating way.
You don't think that's fat shaming?
Indeed, that's why Magneto enjoys it so much.
Well, I'm sure what the Blob didn't enjoy is when you launched a whole heap of torpedoes at him and the X-Men in an effort to kill them all.
Did he say that? He didn't say that. You don't know he didn't enjoy it.
And while it hasn't been linked to you, it is understood that through Mastermind, you later employed Ernest the Untouchable to take on the X-Men with equal dismal results.
They were not dismal. Magneto does not do dismality. It was all
part of the plan. Yes, I can see that. However, it would seem that, from an outsider's perspective, that since your first confrontation with the X-Men, you have avoided taking them on one-on-one.
Mere conjecture.
It could be argued, which is why you sought help from one of the universe's most powerful beings, the Stranger, a being with almost omnipotent power.
Never. And to be fair, I didn't know he was very stranger at the time.
It didn't quite go to plan this time either, did it?
What do you name? Magneto's plans always go to plan, for I am power magnified. See what I did there?
I mean, to be fair, it wasn't even the X-Men who defeated you. The Stranger kind of just shrugged off your attack, wrapped you up in some goo, and whisked you off into space as his prisoner.
Even Magneto is allowed vacations on occasion.
With Toad?
He does give good foot rubs.
Indeed. Now let's turn back from the more recent events to again visit more historic times. After World War II, you changed your name from Max to Magnus and moved to the Ukraine with Magna. There you had a daughter named Anya who was killed when the locals found out Magnus was a mutant, setting fire to their home. Enraged, you decimated part of the city, forcing Magna to leave you despite apparently, depending on what source you read and what day of the week it is, being pregnant with the twins, Wanda and Pietro. You would change your identity yet again to Eric Leshner and meet another mutant named Charles Xavier. You have been quoted as calling him one of the great mutant minds and a greater friend, yet you fell out over the disagreement on how mutants should interact with the world.
Charles is a great man, indeed.
Yet, when you first took on the X-Men, it's as if you didn't even recognize him or know who he was.
Well, the Charles I knew had legs.
I mean, he's still got legs. The face is the same. How many born mutants with that face do you think there are?
Do not question Magneto and his poor eyesight.
Magneto, do you need glasses?
I can't wear them. The helmet presses against my ears and they rumble.
Moving on, and to your credit, you did escape the Stranger's prison when he was out travelling the universe. You managed to steal one of his ships and escape back to Earth. Now, most people would be very grateful just to be back in their home planet, yet the first thing you did was infiltrate the X-Mansion. Some would almost call that obsessive behaviour.
Is Magneto not allowed a hobby?
And you almost had them too. You knocked out McWheels and 4 of the 5 students while still finding time to manufacture an army of android infused with mutant genes stolen from the X-Men. I'm impressed, considering you only had just arrived back to Earth.
Have you not read Dew's book on how to be an evil dictator? Time management is essential. Time travel helps also. No, wait. That was in Kang's book.
Now, let's show you a photo or something. What memories does this bring back to you?
Ah, yes. The Hot Air Destructicon 2000. Good times.
It's literally a hot air balloon.
Of death.
You were going to kill the X-Men by sending them up into space where they couldn't breathe. Seems rather unproductive, especially for a man who can literally burst every blood cell on a man's body with a mere thought.
When I was a child, I watched my family, including my own mother, gunned down by Nazis.
I failed to see any connection.
You're not Magneto's mother, goddammit. Don't tell me how to do stuff.
Okay, but Iceman did turn up and kick your butt anyway. Like just one X-Man.
There was no but to him. Magneto's posterior remains as safe and firm as ever.
And then McWheels mentally contacted the stranger, who returned back to Earth to whisk you away like a toddler trying to escape its parents in the mall.
Because I chose to go, it was all part of my plan, you see. All part of my plan.
On that note, I think it's time we go to a break. When we come back, we'll continue the story of Magneto's return to Earth and his plight for mutant kind. But seriously, don't expect the next video too soon, as I'm only going back and telling the lore or what I've already covered in my Oscar and Golden Globe award-winning series, covering the X-Men from the beginning. In the very next issue, Magneto makes his return back into the fold, which is why I wanted to get this first little error out of the way.
You should say like and subscribe so they can see Magneto's miraculous return.
Feels a little corny.
Such humble emotions are beneath Magneto. Like and subscribe, human scum, so you can see me conquer the human world in the next video.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna go how you think it is.
Magneto will not be swayed. Magneto. There's a YouTube end screen over me, isn't there?
I wouldn't hit spacebar.